Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate, an impromptu episode and an instant reaction show to speak of. This is XFL Jim, of course, joined as always by my man Eric, aka Uncle Rico. Eric, the Bulls are out. They've been listed.
Bulls are
Brett
out.
McMurphy did his job.
You know what? For as much shit as he gets, he's pretty good at his job, I think.
He is good at his job. Like when it's time for him to come out of his cave and break news stories, he's really good at that.
And also, dude, I shaved, dude. You notice, man?
I did notice you're looking pretty snazzy there.
I know, dude. I look like 20 years younger too, man. Like, Jesus.
I shaved too. You can't see all the intense shadow on my face anymore.
I mean, I almost kept the mustache today for your honor, but when I was trimming it, I kind of effed it up, so it wasn't even. I just said F it.
Yeah, once you fuck up the stash, it's like you just got to get rid of it completely. Man, we got bowl games to talk about now. We're not done with college football just yet. The regular season is over. We have Army Navy, which we're gonna break down. We'll do so once the real lines are out. Of course, we're gonna break down all our bets that we love on Tuesday. We're just kind of taking an instant reaction, how we feel about these bowl games, how we feel about the matchups, what we like, what we don't, so on and so on. Just giving our instant thoughts, and we'll save the Tuesday show for our reactions on the coaching hires as well, for like Dion to Colorado, Chadwell to Liberty, and Tim Beck to Coastal. Like all those different coaching moves. We'll save that for Tuesday. What do you say to that, Eric?
That sounds great. I'm a little surprised that Chadwell went to Liberty, but we'll
I'm
save it for that.
extremely surprised. We will. I got a lot to say on this. It's very stupid. Let's get into these bowl matchups and see how we feel. Starting off, the Bahamas Bowl, the one that starts it off every time. We've got UAB versus Miami. So all the lines that I'm going to be giving out on this show today, these are the Action Network lines because Brett McMurphy works for the Action Network. I don't, and I know Eric talking pre-show. We don't believe these will be the final lines whatsoever. I don't think these will be the betting lines tonight, let alone Tuesday when we do our actual betting show.
Yeah, agree 100%.
So right now they have UAB as a 12-point favorite versus Miami of Ohio. I don't know about you, but I like generally taking MAC teams in bowl matchups.
Yeah, UAB does struggle with a mobile quarterback, so I'll definitely be looking to back UAB here. Looking at one book, it is 11.5-ish. I'll kind of wait. I mean, if it ticks down to a 10.5, I'll still bet it, but I think this one could go up a little bit.
I think it could. I'm with you on that. If I see it tick around like a 10.5, I'll take it all the way down to 10. Mm-hmm. But that's as low as I really feel comfortable going. I might sprinkle a little bit on Miami money line, if I'm being honest.
Look at you getting adventurous.
Bowl season, I just fall right back in love with these MAC teams. Up next, we have the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl. It's the Cure Bowl, baby. We got Troy versus UTSA. And right now, Action Network has it listed as a Troy pick'em.
I would lean toward USTA.
You would?
I would.
I was going to say I would lean towards Troy. I think they're the better G5 team.
I think money's going to come in on Troy just because of the beatdown
walloping
that happened in the conference championship game. So I think we're going to get value on USTA. I'm going to wait because I think we can get them at plus money, and with how explosive their offense is, I understand their defense has holes, but I like their offense a lot. So I'm going to look at USTA, but I'm just going to sit out for now.
I'm probably going to end up betting UTSA if I get the number that's anywhere. I think anywhere, I don't know, man, 4.5 and more, 5 and more. I like UTSA. I like the over in this matchup, whatever the total ends up being. I do think Troy's probably the better team. But I think UTSA, just like you said, Eric, I think the way Troy dominated Coastal, I think that's going to be fresh in people's mind. And this UTSA is better than that Coastal.
Oh, for sure. And that Coastal had Caldwell leaving.
Chadwell leaving, and McCall coming back super hurt. Yeah.
It's kind of bad. Like this one I'm looking at. Can I say the book I'm looking at?
You can say we're not.
FanDuel has UTSA at plus 2.5 right now.
If it gets to 3, I like it.
Yeah, I co-sign.
Wasabi Fenway Bowl, baby. Cincinnati versus Louisville.
I just want you to be yelling Wasabi. I want you to go to the bar, send me pictures of you just yelling Wasabi.
I will.
During this bowl game.
You ever done little Wasabi shooters?
No.
Don't recommend. Louisville, according to Action Network, is a 2-point favorite in this game. Cincinnati interim coach at the moment?
I'm looking at it right now on lines pretty much like this. I told myself I wasn't going to bet any ACC teams, but I kind of would lean Louisville here with the uncertainty of the Cincinnati, the coaching staff, and some of the players. Some of the players posted on TikTok about Fickle leaving and how he's kind of ditching them before they go to the Big 12, and they seem very distracted and upset. I'm going to pass as of right now. Yeah, I probably won't do anything in this game. I want to be able to talk myself into Louisville.
I'm on the opposite side of you. I want to talk myself into Cincinnati because of this team. Yes, they're in turmoil at the moment, but if they have I want to see who their interim coach is going to be. If it's a guy that these players can rally around and they want to win one for the interim, I love that narrative for bowl season.
Win one for the Gipper?
Yeah, win one for the Gipper. If this gets to Cincinnati at like 3.5, I'm probably going to bet Cincinnati. If it's that's kind of where I'm at. Cincinnati over 3.5, Louisville anything under 3. I'm just going to warn everyone. I will be betting every single bowl game.
Hey, buddy, shoot or shoot.
That's damn right. New Mexico bowl time, baby. It's BYU versus SMU. And according to Action Network, SMU's a 2-point favorite.
No line on FanDuel yet for this bad boy. I would definitely lean probably to the over.
I lean towards the over. Just as any SMU game, I'd lean towards the over. I would also lean towards BYU.
Sides, I want nothing to do with this game. This is a pure stay away in terms of sides for me.
That's fair. I like the over in this one for sure, though. Fresno State, Washington State playing in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl.
Tough one to get behind.
I kind of want to go Washington State.
See, I kind of want to go no bet at all. That's how I want to go.
I'm on no bet for now, but I'm going to have something. As of now, I'm leaning Washington State, but come Tuesday, I could very easily be swayed to Fresno.
But I mean, again, Hayner's not going to skip this game to get ready for no pro day.
That's the thing. If Hayner plays, I love Fresno.
But why would he skip? You know what I mean? It makes zero sense for him to skip. In fact, if he has a better performance, this would help his bowl stock. I mean, I would lean toward Fresno State, but again, these lines that are on this site are a little funky. So we got to see what the true value is. And FanDuel doesn't have anything up yet for this game.
Disgusting. Lending Tree Bowl, baby. Southern Miss versus Rice. Southern Miss is -7.5. I mean, I'm probably gonna take the under in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I'd lead to the under. I'm a little pissed off because Southern Miss was one of the teams that I really wanted to back.
I wanted them to be a dog in a bowl game.
If they're getting points, obviously with them playing Rice, they're not going to be getting points in this game. I'd lean to I'd definitely play on the under, but I got to see what the line is. Again, no number up on FanDuel. So end of the day, this is just a pure pass for me.
If the real line is anywhere close to Southern Miss -7.5, I'm going to be on Rice.
Okay.
If it's over a touchdown, I'm going to take Rice. Southern Miss, I'm sticking with what got me there with them. I fade them as a favorite. I take them as a dog.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, and Rice is a team. This is going to be their first bowl game, and God knows how long.
Yes, they will be up for it.
I mean, if this is over a touchdown, yeah. But if this is kind of in that quote unquote dead zone, then this is going to be
away.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play the total in that one. Las Vegas bowl time. Florida, Oregon State. Oregon State right now, according to Action Network, I'm gonna say this every time, is a 1-point favorite.
This would be something I'd actually lean toward Oregon State here.
Yep.
If this was the line, obviously Richardson is a guy I could see not playing, easily not playing. If he doesn't play, this line is going to shift dramatically into Oregon State's flavor. If this opens up at a small number for Oregon State, anything under 3, I'll be on them. But I mean, again, really tough to know what's going on.
I could see a lot of these big SEC players sitting out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I would not be surprised. Sure. Up next, we got the Frisco Bowl. It's Boise State, North Texas, baby. According to Action Network, Boise State is a 10.5-point favorite.
I would definitely bet the over with how bad North Texas' defense is. That would be it in this game.
I'm kind of right there with you. I'll bet the over in this one. I don't want to really touch either side of this one. Maybe a lean towards Boise, but don't like it whatsoever. I'm going to call this one the Uncle Rico Myrtle Beach Bowl. It's UConn versus Marshall.
UConn straight up, UConn money line. UConn.
According to the Action Network, Marshall's a 12.5-point favorite.
I mean, I will attempt to do a backflip if I see UConn at this high of a number.
You will twist yourself into a pretzel to bet that.
I will be in the ER right after. But yeah, I will definitely take I'll take UConn plus the points and the money line.
I will too. It's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, San Jose State, Eastern Michigan. Oh boy, San Jose State, according to Action Network, to a 3.5-point favorite. If that remains, I'm gonna be all over the Eastern Michigan team.
Yeah, if Eastern Michigan's a dog over a field goal, I take him. We talked about South with the tragedy around the San Jose State program, kind of limped to the end of the finish of the season, understandable after losing one of the players. So I would take Eastern if they're a dog, anything over 3.
I also think Eastern's like the second or third best team in the MAC this year.
Dude, look at you, dude. Throwing stuff out, man.
They're real good. They were like, if they would have beaten Toledo, they were in the MAC championship game. They were one game away. Speaking of which, the Boca Raton Bowl, it's Toledo versus Liberty. Liberty is getting a point. Toledo is laying 1 point according to Action Network.
I would take Toledo here. I mean, we don't know, like Liberty, like new coach. We don't know who's going to transfer. We don't know who's going to be playing. We don't know who's coming in. There could be a lot of turnover in that Liberty team.
Agreed. Now it's the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl, South Alabama, Western Kentucky. South Alabama right now laying 3.5 according to the Action Network.
I mean, dude,
I like USA.
Our baby Jags.
I like the over in this matchup.
Yeah.
And I like South Alabama. If they're getting anything under basically a touchdown, I think I'll take South Alabama. I think they're that much of a better team.
Yeah.
Than most Conference USA teams. Like UTSA is the one exception.
Western Kentucky's hit and miss with that defense too.
Yes.
South Alabama hasn't been to a bowl game for a while either.
Up next, Armed Forces Bowl, Air Force, Baylor. Baylor right now laying 5.5 according to Action Network.
Service Academy in a bowl game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple for me. I think this game is going to be closer to 7. If that's it, I'm loving Air Force.
Loving Air Force. I'm taking the under too.
Oh yeah.
Houston, Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. According to Action Network, Houston right now is laying 4. I hate both these teams, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I hate both these teams.
This Houston team's been weird all year. I mean, they started off a disappointment, turned it on toward the end of the year. Very impressive in that game at ECU when they beat them down. Louisiana's kind of turned it on. Defensively against the pass, they're pretty good. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't surprise me if they saw some of these Houston guys like opt out too. So I would lean toward Louisiana, but
that's where I'm at too.
I had nothing to do.
I would love to do nothing with this game, but I promise myself and the people out there I'm betting every game. I will probably, depending on what I get the total at, I might bet an over here.
Okay.
Up next, it's the Union Home Gasparilla Bowl. Missouri, Wake Forest. Wake Forest right now sitting as a 2.5-point favorite.
I mean, look, there's all these rumors that Hartman's transferring to Florida going around. I don't think Hartman plays. I think
if he sits out, I'm all over Missouri.
Oh yeah, you got to be all over Missouri. I mean, I think Porter's gone, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Missouri if Hartman is not playing for Wake Forest, I am on Missouri.
I don't think he is, to be honest with you.
I am on Missouri straight up. Easy Post Hawaii Bowl, San Diego State, Middle Tennessee. San Diego State, according to Action Network, is a 4-point favorite. I'm just going to say this up front. I'm on the under. I'm on the under in this game. That's my play.
I would lean San Diego State. But
I also would play San Diego State if it's that number. Basically, San Diego State, anything under a touchdown and the under. I don't care what the total is. San Diego State defense is good enough to stop anything Middle Tennessee could do, and their offense stinks.
Hate to interrupt you, but the FanDuel has on this day as well Georgia Southern against Buffalo.
Yeah, I see that. That's on. I got it on the list here. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
Yeah, I got it. It's on the December 27th. I got it. It's further up on the list.
Yeah, according to FanDuel, that game is being played on Christmas Eve.
Ooh, the Camellia Bowl.
Yeah, I'm just going by FanDuel, my friend.
Okay, according to do we trust FanDuel or McMurphy more now?
I don't know.
I'm gonna keep going off the list. Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit, Michigan. New Mexico State, Bowling Green. Bowling Green right now sitting as a 6-point favorite.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
God damn it. I would have loved to take Bowling Green as a dog.
This could be the worst bowl game.
This probably is the worst bowl game.
Is this a bowl game that, like, hypothetically, like, if this was held in Jim's backyard, would you even watch it?
No. No, but I am going to gamble on it. If it's under a touchdown, I kind of want to take Bowling Green.
Bowling Green laying.
Yeah. I hate New Mexico. Like, New Mexico State had to fight. They had to schedule a terrible FCS game to get their 6th win.
Don't knock Valparaiso, man.
They're not great.
Yeah, this game is just a pass for me. I'll be honest. I want absolutely nothing to do with this game.
I might just bet the dog. I'm wrong. I might just bet the dog and hope for whatever happens. These teams both, like, Bowling Green was surprisingly good this year.
Mm-hmm.
And New Mexico State was definitely improved. Like, congratulations on making a bowl game, but Jesus, this game sucks. The Surf Pro First Responders Bowl, Utah State, Memphis. Memphis right now laying 13 according to Action Network. It's a lot of points.
FanDuel has it at 10.5.
That sounds about a little bit more realistic.
Over under 62.
See if that falls. I might play.
This is one of those ones, like, there's so many bowl games, people, you don't have to bet. This is probably going to be one of them. I'm not going to be betting at all.
I lean towards an under here because I don't know if Utah State can keep up with Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what I'm going to play in that game. Birmingham Bowl, East Carolina, Coastal Carolina, ECU, right now sitting at a 4-point favorite according to Action Network.
On FanDuel, they're a 7-point favorite.
McCall plays.
You think McCall's going to play?
I think he plays.
Really?
I think he plays.
I think he's out.
You think he's out?
Yeah.
I think he plays.
Caldwell's not going to be there. Chadwell or whatever is not going to be there.
Yeah, he's not there. That's a big difference to me. This is another team where I want to see who they pick as their interim.
But again, like, I think McCall is gone. I think he's as good as gone. Like, if that game was a little bit more competitive, I could see him staying. But I think that effort from that team, like, it was like him and like 3 other guys that were the ones that looked like they wanted to be out there.
It's true. If McCall doesn't play, I'm on the under, and that's going to be my only play. This game's just
be a pass for me.
If McCall does play, I will take Coastal.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be shocked if he does. It's an utter pass for me.
The Camellia Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama, Georgia Southern versus Buffalo. Georgia Southern right now laying 5.5.
4.5 on the Action. I'm a little disappointed because Georgia Southern was one of those teams I was really wanting to bet.
Both of these teams were.
But this game is just going to be a pass for me.
I'm going to take Buffalo. I'm going to take Buffalo to cover this here.
See, I don't.
They're a feisty team.
Not a fan. Not a fan of the Bisons.
Neither of us were, but Georgia Southern's been weird. You know what? God, I'm going to talk myself out of this. Come Tuesday, I'll have my full answer. Right now, I'm leaning Buffalo. I could very easily be swayed to Georgia Southern, especially if it's at 4.5, like you're saying. If it gets down to like 3.5, I'll probably jump on Georgia Southern. God damn it. Wisconsin, Oklahoma State in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Right now, Oklahoma State is sitting as a 1-point favorite, according to Action.
They
packed it in. They're done.
But here's the thing. You have all these Wisconsin guys who are upset. Who is the guy that's an intern coach? I'm spacing on his name.
Leonard, but he's staying on the staff.
No, they're upset. They wanted him to be the guy.
But he's still with the staff.
I know, but it's a different thing, though. You know what I mean?
He's still there, though.
And you got this
Wisconsin
State team, which completely the last 2 games has just forgot to tackle. I just and
Oklahoma
that
State's packed it in for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. It feels like since
Spencer
that
Sanders,
Kansas State blowout loss, they've just packed in the season. It feels like.
Spencer Sanders is probably going to play in my eyes.
I think both starting quarterbacks play because Sanders is trying. Like I don't know, he's not really doesn't strike me as a pro guy, and Mertz at worst is trying to like show off that he should be able to transfer somewhere.
Yeah.
I like Wisconsin here. I like the under. I don't care what the total is. I like the under.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, it's the Military Bowl. Duke UCF Military Bowl. UCF right now laying 4. I kind of like Duke.
I kind of like nothing. I mean, I'd lean Duke just because that's kind of like what's going on with the.
I like Duke.
I mean, great job by their coach, UCF.
Pretty good season.
Pretty good season, but again, end of the
They
day,
hit that win total for us.
this is just going to be a pass for me.
AutoZone Liberty Bowl, the Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Kansas. Arkansas laying 7. Eric.
You know what I'm doing.
You're
Well,
taking
first of all, dude, this line was never 7.
It never was. It will never be 7.
It never was. I got it at 4.5. I don't think Jefferson plays. I don't think Sanders plays. And if that's what happens, this line is going to drop like no other. So I took Kansas plus the 4.5. This Arkansas team, we need to remember Burks, the wide receiver, sat out. KJ Jefferson was very supportive of that decision. I think he sits out. And we've seen how bad that Arkansas how bad Arkansas is when he doesn't play.
Does he sit out? I think he's coming back though.
No, I bet she sits out.
No, he's coming back.
He's for sure coming back next year?
Yeah, KJ Jefferson announced that he will forgo his 2023 NFL draft and return to Fayetteville for his senior season.
That's a little shocking to me, dude.
So KJ is not sitting out.
I still take Kansas here.
I still like Kansas here, but yeah, he's not sitting out. He's coming back. Big move for KJ.
That's NIL, dude, right there.
Right. Moving on to the Holiday Bowl. Oregon, North Carolina. Oregon laying 8 right now, according to Action. That's an insane line to me.
See, to me, the interesting one is going to be the domino that falls with Oregon. The big rumor is that Joe Brady is going to be going to Oregon to be the offensive coordinator. If that's the case, and I'm Bo Nix, I'm going to stay.
Yes. This is kind of like this is another situation if you want to see who's going to sit out and who's not.
Correct.
But
on the flip side, dude, I don't want anything to do with this game.
You don't want anything to do with any of these games, and that's probably smart. You guys should listen to Uncle Rico here. But if I'm betting this game, I'm betting the over, first off. And I'm going to take, if it's over a touchdown, I'll take North Carolina.
Nothing for me, man.
The Tax Act Texas Bowl. Texas Tech, Ole Miss. Right now, Texas Tech, according to the Action Network, it's basically a half-point favorite. This is basically a pick 'em.
Over.
Yeah. Yes. C. Correcto. I'm going to bet the over in this one. The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Syracuse, Minnesota. Minnesota right now laying 6.5.
I mean, it's kind of hard to back Syracuse.
It is.
With how they limped to the end of the finish on the end of the year. But on the flip side, with how Minnesota plays, you can't really trust them laying these big numbers. So
if it's over a touchdown, I'm going to take Syracuse.
I want nothing to do with it, man.
If it's over a touchdown, I'm going to take Syracuse. Up next, normally any other year, this would be a banger bowl. The Cheez-It Bowl, Florida State, Oklahoma. Right now, according to the Action Network, Florida State's laying 1. I don't think that's true.
I would take Florida State if that was the case, but
I'll take Florida State all the way up to 3.5.
And that, I mean, just a train wreck of a year. Train wreck.
Yeah, terrible for Oklahoma. The Valero Alamo Bowl. This game actually is a banger, I think. Washington versus Texas. Texas right now laying 4.5.
I took Washington.
I'm going to be all over Washington. I like the over, too.
I locked in Washington at 3.5. The key thing is Penix came out and he said, I have never been in a bowl game and I am playing in a game. This Washington team, great year, way overachieved.
Great offense.
Great offense. And plus, friend of the program, you remember old Miss El Paso?
Yeah.
Her godson is a DB on Washington's team.
Okay.
So, yeah, and Texas, like, another team, like, I don't know. So here's the thing. Would it surprise you if Ewers hit the transfer portal?
No, it would not. But I think he still plays, though.
Really? I don't know, man.
I do, because, like, these guys need to show stuff off to other schools.
See, I don't know, man. Like, if I hit the transfer portal, I want to get out. You know what I mean?
Also, like, maybe he thinks he can win the starting job.
The thing is with this is anytime with these bowl games, you remember what was his name? Jake Butt, the guy from Michigan.
You risk injury.
I mean, he went from a surefire first round pick to an ACL injury, out of the league, wasn't drafted. You know what I mean? You risked so much. And for someone like Ewers, who's going to be starting, if he decides, and which I think he does, transfer, why risk it? It doesn't make sense to risk with your future.
That's fair. I like Washington either way. If Ewers starts or if he doesn't, I don't care. I'm more interested, does Bijan start?
There's no way Bijan plays.
I don't think he plays.
No way.
Duke's Mayo Bowl, which means we're going to see a coach dumped in Mayo once again. NC State, Maryland. Maryland right now laying 1.5.
For myself, I was going to fade every ACC team, and I hate betting Maryland, so that's a pass for me.
I want to take NC State here, but also if it's this, like if it's basically a pick'em, I kind of want to go Maryland. I like the offense a little bit more. Talia's been playing out of his mind basically the last month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Maryland. I'll take Maryland probably. Up next, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Pitt, UCLA. UCLA right now -2.5. I mean, I like UCLA in this matchup.
Do
I think DTR and Zach Charbonnet play? That is the worry. That is something to watch out for.
Charbonnet does not play. I think DTR does play.
I kind of agree with you. And in that case, I still like UCLA.
I would lean UCLA. This is just at the end of the day, this is just going to be
for everyone out there, you do not have to play every bowl game like I am. I am an insane freak.
I have a crazy El Paso story I'm going to have to tell you later, but off air, of course. But yeah, this is going to be a pass for me.
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, Notre Dame, South Carolina. Notre Dame right now is the 3.5-point favorite over South Carolina.
Again, I would lean this. 3.5 is a tough number. I'd
lean towards South Carolina.
I would lean if it was the 3.5 South Carolina, but I think this number is going to be insanely off as soon as we get one at a legit.
Yeah, what do you think it gets? It ends up being like a Notre Dame like 2.5.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, I still like South Carolina. I like South Carolina straight up.
Look at you, dude. Just
the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl, Ohio, Wyoming. Ohio right now sitting as a 1-point favorite.
On FanDuel, they're a 3.5-point favorite.
God dang, I kind of like Wyoming.
Getting 3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would lean to. But this is just.
I'll take Wyoming plus the 3.5.
This is nothing I want to do.
The Trans Perfect Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee, Kentucky versus Iowa. This is stupid. They just played each other last year.
Yep, and
I think almost in the same exact bowl.
Yeah, I locked in Iowa plus the 1.5 right before we were recording when you and I were talking. Look,
that's dangerous, Eric. That's dangerous.
But you think Kentucky, no Levis. Levis has already announced he's not playing.
Okay.
I don't think Rodriguez is going to play the running back. How is Kentucky going to
Do
be
anything to
able
that defense?
to that defense?
I like the under in this matchup, and I'm probably going to bet Iowa too. I had my same logic last year. Iowa was solid. They play well in bowl games. That's what Kirk Ferentz does. They play well in bowl games, and they were leading the entire time. There will be a point in this game, a turning point, Eric, where Iowa, if they go for a fourth down where they should in enemy territory, I will be happy. If they punt it away, that'll be the end of the game. That's it. That'll be the turning point. It's the same thing happened last year. I swear to God. I'm going to be on Iowa, though. I'm going to be on Iowa, and I'm going to be on the under.
Okay.
God damn it. ReliaQuest Bowl, Illinois, Mississippi State. Mississippi State right now laying a half a point. This is basically a pick 'em according to the Action Network.
I'll be on Mississippi State.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
I might play it under here. But
definitely an
Illinois
under.
is better at stopping the run.
Yeah, but they played a slow pace, though.
They do. Illinois is better at stopping the run. I think Mississippi State can score on them. Yeah, I'm going to take Mississippi State, and I'll take the under. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. I hate that there's a Cheez-It Bowl, and then there's a Cheez-It sponsored Citrus Bowl. That's kind of dumb, right?
It is a little dumb.
It's LSU, Purdue. LSU right now laying 5.
I would actually lean toward LSU.
Yeah, I think LSU is the way better team.
Yeah, even if Daniel sits and they have a couple people sitting, I definitely lean that way.
Yeah, because a lot of their defense is younger guys. I lean towards LSU here. Now we're into the New Year's 6. These are some exciting ones right here. The Capital One Orange Bowl. Literally an Orange Bowl because both teams are orange. It's Clemson, Tennessee. Right now, Clemson is laying 2.5. If Tennessee's a dog, I'm all over Tennessee. I don't care.
Yeah, this line isn't moving. I just was looking at it. Up to 5.5.
Clemson?
Clemson laying 5.5.
Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Give me pass.
Give me Tennessee here. The Sugar Bowl, baby. Kansas State, Alabama, banger game. I think Deuce Vaughn plays.
I think he does too.
I think Deuce Vaughn plays, and I like Kansas State.
I think Bryce Young does not play. I think who's the edge rusher's name? Anderson does not play. I think Bama has a lot of guys that do not play. It's at 4.5 right now on FanDuel with it juiced to Bama. This could rise up a little bit. I'll probably be on K-State. 5.5 is my buying point.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I'm probably just going to bet K-State straight up, and I just love them as a dog here. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl, Tulane, USC. USC laying 4.5. I'm probably going to bet the over in this game.
This is a BS line. This is down 1.5 line. Jesus, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you flipping kidding
Action Network needs to step up their game.
This is just dog crap. Yeah.
I like the over.
62.5.
I'll bet that over.
This isn't, I just, there's certain games I want nothing to do with. In this
4.5, I would have taken Tulane. 1.5, I don't like touching this at all.
No.
I might lean USC, but I don't like Lincoln Riley in bowl games.
Yeah, he's a little tough in bowl games. Plus, you got the whole narrative. Hey, we're going to the college football playoff. USC's
the letdown
defense,
is real.
Yeah, USC's defense does struggle against the run. But is this just a market reaction to what everyone saw Friday night when,
Utah just laid it on them?
Utah just laid it on them, and Tulane's doing good. You know what? You and I hit that 40-1 future on Tulane. We made some money Friday night taking Utah plus the points. And we're sitting on a juicy Ohio State 12-1, thanks to Utah beating USC.
Yep.
So I just don't want anything to do with this game.
I'm going to bet the over for sure. And this might be a live bet situation.
Okay.
Where if one team gets, I feel like these good New Year's 6 bowls always kind of come down to the wire.
Yeah.
If one team gets down early, I might bet them live.
I mean, I remember when Michigan State was against Baylor, were they down like 28-3 or something?
Yeah.
Dude, just freaking awesome. Awesome game, dude.
Speaking of awesome games, I think the Rose Bowl is consistently one of the best games every year. Like last year, Ohio State USC was awesome. This year, it's Utah Penn State. Penn State right now, according to the Action Network, laying 1.5. I think this is an awesome game.
That is what it's at right now. I'd locked in Utah at 1.5.
I'll take Utah straight up. I'll take Utah plus 1.5, and I will take the over in this matchup too.
Jeez, look at you, dude.
Rose Bowl gets fun. Rose Bowl gets really fun.
Gets fun. Utah, that running game, all the exotic stuff they do. Like, it's different than anything has seen. I don't trust Franklin at all, especially when he's good at get.
I think you've made that opinion very apparent through the year.
This is just a huge coaching mismatch, dude. You know what I mean? Absolutely huge.
Woody Gabe's like a top 5 coach in the country.
Oh yeah, and then you got James. Don't call me Terry Franklin on the other side. I'll take
Terry Franklin is a top, I don't know, 20, top 15.
I love how we call him Terry.
We're gonna keep calling him Terry. Now we're into the playoffs, though. Can you believe in 2 years we're gonna have a 12-team playoff? I'm so excited.
That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. But see, like, this is just me. Okay, now just hear me out before everyone says.
Lay it out.
There's always, how can I word this? I think there's like different classes in college football.
There's tiers.
There's different tiers. I think if we get more than 12, like this year, can you make a case that USC could be in it? Yeah, they had 2 losses though. Alabama had 2 losses. I think one of the criteria is 2 losses, you're done. I think 12 is too many, man. I think some of these games are going to be bad, just watered down blowouts.
Well, the thing is, so like the top 4 get the bye week.
Yeah.
So that helps avoid some of it, I think. But I think I remember I saw a tweet about it that a 12-team playoff this year. Oh, let me look it up. What would the 12-team playoff look like this year? Let me see if they actually have it. If this is. So here's how it would work out. Your first round buys for a 12-team playoff. Georgia gets a bye, Michigan gets a bye, Clemson gets a bye, and Utah gets a bye.
What?
Because it's the highest ranked conference champion. Winning your conference really means something.
Are you looking at the sporting news right now? Because I need to.
No, this is Yahoo.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I think it's the same one because it's the same.
Yeah, it's the highest ranked conference champion. So conference championship games become way bigger.
Okay.
First round matchup. Here you go. TCU Tulane. I think that's a good matchup.
Maybe.
You saw Tulane versus Kansas State earlier in the year. I think that's a fun game.
I'll just say what I've shit on TCU more than anyone. Max Duggan with that performance, you earn my respect.
He's a dude. Ohio State, Penn State. I think
that's a rematch from this year. I don't want to see rematches.
I don't like rematches. That we sacrifice a little bit, but I think that's the only rematch that we see straight up. Alabama, USC. I think that's a good game.
I don't think USC can stop Bama. I think Bama wins by over 10.
I don't know, man. I think USC, at least offensively, can keep up for the most part. If Caleb Williams isn't hurt like he got hurt in that Utah game.
Yeah.
Tennessee, K-State.
That's interesting. Out of those 4, that would be the only one.
That's a banger. So then the winner of Tennessee, K-State plays, I think, Utah.
The winner of I'm looking at this. This has Tennessee, K-State plays Georgia.
Plays Georgia. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I was doing it the opposite way. Yeah. So the winner of Tennessee, K-State plays Georgia. Alabama, USC plays Michigan. Ohio State, Penn State plays Clemson. TCU, Tulane plays Utah.
Yeah.
So you'd probably get a Georgia versus, I'd say at this point, Kansas State.
I don't
I think it'd be fun. Yeah. I think it's better than dumb bowl games that don't matter.
See, I like dumb bowl games that don't matter.
I
don't want this to get to the point where it's just so watered down. I guess that's my point.
What do you mean by watered down?
Like you're seeing these first round matchups and they're just utter blowouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about a tier. We get to these tiers and it's just an utter blowout.
You're going to get to that no matter what. I think there's I don't know. It's hard. More years than not, you're going to have a Georgia or an Alabama or an Ohio State blowing out the other team. That's just going to happen.
And then you're going to get to the point, like, why doesn't there'll be a team
Why don't we
like
just go back to 4?
Yeah, Washington. Oh, why don't we get in? LSU. Why don't we get in? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you hear that now.
You're going to hear that. It's always
I
going to
do
be
like
add
that.
more, add more, add more, add
I
more.
do like that specifically. Conference championships matter.
So a team like Clemson will just automatically get the bye. Is that what they're doing? So
yeah, if you win your so like the highest rated conference champion gets a bye.
The highest rated conference champion gets the bye.
Yeah, the highest ranked conference champion gets a bye. The top 4. And then the other conference champions are automatically in. And then there's 3 at-larges, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or
now, does the group of
however
5
many at-larges, and then 1 G5.
Now, does the group of 5 get one, or is it just tough shit?
The group of 5 doesn't get they don't get an automatic bye, but they get 1 representative. So instead of like the New Year's Six Bowl G5 thing, they get this. The highest ranked G5 team is in, and I think if there's no ranked G5 teams, I think it just goes to another Power
5. Well, we'll see. You know what I mean? It's always.
If I'm being
a little Debbie Downer.
If I'm giving my own personal take, I don't give a shit about the college football postseason. I wouldn't mind personally going back to like the polls in the 90s and the pre-BCS. I'd be fine with that.
You like that?
I think the chaos is kind of fun. So like imagine if we were doing that and all of a sudden now we have to argue between an undefeated Michigan and an undefeated Georgia. Michigan playing Utah, Georgia playing Kansas State. And whoever wins, we have to figure out which one's the natty, baby. Which one's the champion.
So that's what you would like.
I love it.
It would be Michigan would be against Utah. And who's Georgia playing?
It'd be the Sugar Bowl. It'd be Kansas State.
Jesus. You miss those days, don't you? You miss the chaos. Those games were fun, dude.
I love the chaos, and then you're just like arguing over who actually deserved the natty. You have the split ones where the coach's poll gives it to one person, the AP poll gives it to another. I don't give like the BCS is fine. I think playoffs are fine. I don't know. It's whatever. I really don't care that much about the college football postseason.
Really?
The regular season is where I live and die, and like. What I love about college football is the weirdness and the rivalries and the what makes it different than other sports. A big playoff is fun, and I think it'll be more meaningful games possibly.
Yeah,
and maybe it'll stop players from those schools from sitting out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's cool. But I mean, I don't really care. I watch it for all the fun, stupid stuff during the season.
I'm just gonna admit, like, so what happens with all the other bowl games? Are they just done?
Maybe. I mean, I still think they stick around. Like some of these conferences, like the bowl game still means something to some of these schools, and it's still extra practices.
Yeah.
And I think so. Like, what I think they're gonna do is the first round of playoffs would be on campus, which I think would be really cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Like, could you imagine? So, like. An Alabama USC game at the Coliseum for a playoff spot.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Or a Tennessee K-State matchup in Manhattan, Kansas. Dude.
That'd be kind of nasty, dude. That'd be sick. What about I don't know. It's just gonna be interesting. I'm sure it's
gonna be different, and change is always weird.
Yeah.
Because not only do we have that coming in 2 years, the Big 12 expands next year. Like, next year, the Big 12 expands.
And then we got
2 years from now, USC and UCLA are in the Big 10.
Yep. When does Texas leave? Another year?
I think Texas and Oklahoma leave in 2 years as well.
Yeah. So next year, the Big 12 is going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts. Not to mention who else moves in that amount of time. Like, anything can happen. Who knows? The playoff games, though, this year. Michigan, TCU, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Michigan right now, according to the Action Network, is a 6.5 point favorite. I think that one's right. Because I think these lines have been out for a while, right?
No, this is like so wrong. It's not even
What do we
funny.
see?
Freaking 9.5. This
Oh
was
yeah, that's
never.
terrible.
This was never even remotely close to that. I was praying to get a 7, and of course, never happened. Like I said, if this gets down, I'll bet it. Maybe look at Michigan first half. But I don't want anything to do with this game.
I'm gonna take TCU.
Look at you.
I'm gonna take TCU plus the 9.5. Michigan, I don't know, they don't blow up these. I don't know. I like it. I also might look to bet Michigan first half, TCU second half.
Okay. But Michigan did somehow cover last night, so
they did insanely. Georgia, Ohio State. Again, Action Network has this as 5.5. I think it's what is it, a touchdown right now?
Yeah, I locked it in at 7. I like Ohio State here plus 7.
I do too.
I think, at the beginning of the year, we had these teams graded as the 2 highest. I think that Day is going to switch some stuff defensively. And I just think that they're going to get stuff going in the right direction. I think Ohio State's kind of live, to be honest with you, too.
So we got them at 15-1. Do you know what their odds are now?
We got them at 12-1. What are they?
12-1. Sorry, you're right. They're plus 350. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just a gambler thing to do. You got to buy the price. It was amazing. I was when I posted that for everyone to take that on my Twitter, and the DMs I got told me a lot about the people that sent me the DMs and a lot about how they reacted to it. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't like talking shit about people.
That's all you need to say. That'll do it, folks. That's the Instant Reaction Bull Show. We'll be back Tuesday evening, actually betting real lines on these games. I'm excited. I like bowl season as much as I say I don't give a shit about the college football postseason. It doesn't really matter to me, but I do love bowl matchups. I like I like any instance where we can see teams that don't usually play each other.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
I'm all about that action, Jimbo.
And I will be betting every single bowl game. That is a promise I am making to you people.
Jeez, dude. You're just a man of the people, Jim. And that's why
I'm a man of the people and an extreme gambling addict. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We're going to have the audio of this one out soon. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us. This season has been awesome. I love doing this with you, Uncle Rico. We're going to do a whole season recap where we can suck each other's dicks then.
Whoa. Inappropriate, man. Family show, dude. Family show.
Oh, family show. Sorry, people. Sorry. Family show.
We
will see you guys Tuesday night for the regularly scheduled college football tailgate. Until then, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Check out Uncle Rico, Eric over here, the ETOF 21 Sports podcast, and his live stream every Tuesday night. Check me out at XFL Jim everywhere, doing everything. Thank you all, and goodbye.